Oh, I actually practice fire therapy. It's a yogic practice called Homa or Agnihotra. I was trained to do it in India. I can teach the technique, give you all the information you need to know for it, and it magnifies your mantras. It helps to bring up the prana of the mantra even more. It's more like it like magnetizes it. It works faster on cleansing your aura and all that good stuff, which is really useful if you're a sex worker or do anything that has prolonged contact with people. That's what I do with massage.
Double.
And oh, I want to share a mantra in the
Who knows the truth?
chat. It's a really good one that I think would be absolutely wonderful to do the full breath too. There you go. I'm panting a little bit, so I'm getting sweaty on the scare climber thing.
I'm looking at your page.
Oh, my website?
No, your Instagram.
Oh. Yeah, the first two images of the bendy girl is not me. And I've pissed people off by admitting it's not me. They'd be happier to have their fantasies that it's me. That, oh, she's so bendy. It's like, yeah, I am, but I'm not that deep of a backbender, unfortunately. I can bring 1 foot at a time to the top of my head, but I can't go that far as she does with the back bend.
Yoga is also a form of meditation, like the poses and all of that stuff. It helps release the mind.
That is right, my friend. I need you to co-teach with me. I need your...
And I can't believe I removed his username.
Oh, hey.
When I took a screenshot.
Fucking faggot.
This guy posts a lot of hunting photos, but look at that nose, dude. Jesus Christ. As soon as he
is this like the, oh yeah.
This is a guy I follow that I don't remember why I started following him, but he posts about hunting all the time, and I'm like, does this guy not know what he is?
That's right. Yeah, the white guy I know, he doesn't look as fucking like, he doesn't look as like Middle Eastern as that, but he has a nose like that.
Okay.
And he's obsessed with money.
I had a business partner that used to he would walk like a mile to avoid paying like a $1.50 ATM fee. Like that's when I started.
This person isn't cheap. They're actually, in a way, they're obsessed with money, but they're also terrible with it, which is weird. And they also, maybe they're not a Jew, and they love to be sold, right? They love to go into you go in to buy a new bathroom, or you go into they love to let the salesman feed their ego because it makes them feel big, and ends up you go into the.
Yahoo, this is just your line.
It's okay, Soka. Yeah, thank you. Nathan, mute up. Nathan, mute up. There's one point I do agree with Nathan. It is disingenuous to compare Gaza with the Holocaust.
It's not.
Listen, Soker, it is because
Ow.
I will tell you, I'm going to explain to you. What's happening in Gaza is probably 1,000 times worse than what happened in the Holocaust. Okay? The kind of criminality, the brutality, the barbarism that we are witnessing today, it was not happening during the Hitler regime. Hitler was more humane than these Zionists that we see today. Hitler was more, he had a methodology. He has a method to the madness. Here, there is no method to the madness. Hitler at least gave a soup bowl to every Jew. There was a routine, there was a regime where soup bowl and biscuits and bread were given regularly to the Jews. Here, they are denying even that. So tell me, Soker, how are the two comparable? It's impossible to compare the two. Holocaust is, literally an amateur work compared to the professionalism of the Israelis that we are seeing today in Gaza. And just going back to the aid trucks, Israel has been starving Gazans for 17 years, even before October 7. There were huge blockades. There was siege on basic items, basic necessities of life. So Hitler never did that. So how is it
Actually,
comparable
Fayaz,
to Hitler?
that's kind of
Hitler never did that, Soker. Hitler never did that.
Fayaz, listen. I'm a person who can sit here and admit that, what happened in the Holocaust was disgusting. Hitler's disgusting. But I'm not going to sit here and compare atrocities and say, you know what? Hey, what's happening in Palestine is worse than what's happening in, Congo. Or what's happening in Palestine was worse than what was happening in the Holocaust. Each one is a tragedy with its own history. And I'm not going to sit here and compare tragedies and say, that. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is that you guys are no better than fucking Hitler. And you guys are no better than the fucking Nazis. So get off of your fucking high horse and just accept reality.
That's right. Soker, that's where I disagree with you.
Accept reality.
Okay, we're no better than the
Soker,
Nazis.
that's right.
Okay,
No.
Accept reality.
No, Soker, that's where I disagree
They
with you,
literally
Soker.
are the
I
Nazis.
respectfully disagree.
They literally are the
cosplaying
Nazis.
as a fucking Jewish because he has a fucking identity crisis.
Can I
No, I'm a
That's
Jew.
where I
Hey, guys,
disagree with
hold
you.
on, Fayaz, can I just say something? Because I don't want us to go down this path, okay? I know where everyone's coming from, and I understand where all of you guys are coming from. I know that after the Holocaust, Jewish people said never again, and the history was taught as it should have been, because any type of atrocity, whatever the level is, it's wrong. I'm never going to do this oppression Olympics. It's fucking wrong. It is wrong on every goddamn level. What's so fucked up is to have said never again, for there to be memorials, and rightfully so, for it to be taught, it to be spoken of, and Holocaust survivors to have been honored. And there are those, unfortunately, same people that are unfortunately having to see their own government, who claims to be Jewish, carry out atrocities in their name. I mean, I can go ahead and provide a lot of this information in this chat when I park, Nathan. You can see people who are Jewish, who are devout, they are absolutely mortified that their government, who says they're an ethno-state, is carrying out atrocities in their name when they said never again. That is a problem here. To have suffered, I don't know if it's a Stockholm syndrome, like what that terminology is.
No, this is never again.
Hold on, Nathan. No, it's not. Nathan, don't do this. Never again means don't do it to fucking anybody. It doesn't mean it shouldn't happen to us. It means, hold on. No, don't listen. Do not do it to anybody. Never again doesn't mean don't let it happen to us. Then if that's the narrative, then is the Israeli government any better than Hitler's government? To be like, I want to preserve myself at the cost of others, because that's exactly what Hitler wanted to do. He wanted to create an Aryan race and blame the Jews for everything. At whose cost? So let me just say this, because I am not one of those people that's ever going to minimize anyone's suffering. And don't you dare, Nathan, get off this fucking mic and think that you're going to minimize the suffering of Palestinian people at the hands of Israel, this government who said never again. Last but not least, if you know anything, I mean, let's start with the Warsaw ghettos. Do you want to look at how food was given to them and how much was given to them? Yeah. So if I'm using your argument, then I'm gonna say, oh no, there was no starvation in those Warsaw ghettos, because they were given a loaf of bread to share among 12 people. Okay. And that is going to be the logic that you die on, because that's the logic you're using. And if we use the same logic, you're going to run to anti-Semitism. So please don't. Please
No,
don't.
I don't
Don't
use
do
the word
it.
anti-Semitism.
Don't.
I don't.
I don't know what you. I don't know
My
what you and
contention
your
is not
friends.
to minimize the suffering.
Hold on.
of the
Whatever the
Palestinians,
fuck. Sorry if I ask.
No, we had this conversation earlier on today when you were not in the room, and he made a comment. For example, he said Palestinian women are giving birth right now, during the crisis, during the last 1 year. That shows that there is no genocide in
That's not what I said.
Palestine. Okay?
That's not what I said.
That's what you meant. You might have
No,
used
that's not
a
what I
different
said.
set of words.
Oh, you're misrepresenting me right now, Faye. So, respectfully, you're misrepresenting me. I gotta touch one thing at a time, and I'll touch on that in a moment because I do want to respond to
Okay.
Faye.
So I'm not going to. Okay, Nathan. I'm not
So-
going to go back to that. I'm not going to go back to that. But let me just add on to what Ace said. Ace is there, or she's left?
No,
Okay.
she's not.
Ace is left. Okay. Doesn't
Come up
matter.
into the gym if you
The
want.
point is, never again. I don't know. Ace. Never again. They meant it for themselves. They will never become victims, but they will victimize. That's what they meant. And I don't give. I'm sorry. If people think that I need to be politically correct every time I make a statement, that's not going to happen with me. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Yes, the Holocaust was a horrific, horrible, chapter in the history of humanity. Hitler was a devil. I agree to all that. I even believe that 6 million Jews were killed. I also believe that 6 million non-Jews were also killed in that incident in the Holocaust. But somehow they get invisibilized. They never get mentioned anywhere. Even the Holocaust museums do not mention those non-Jews that were killed by Hitler. So somehow, surprisingly, then they come back here and say that we mean never again means for everybody. No, they meant never again meant only for the Jews, nobody else. Everybody else can go to hell, literally. So they never meant that. And I'm not going to, hesitate to make this a statement time and again whenever I get an opportunity, because what they meant was for themselves and not for the humanity in general, in at large, it's not like that. So they can victimize, but they cannot be victimized. But they will call themselves as victims. This I am the victim card is displayed at every nook and corner of their history. And then, you talk to anybody, he will say, you are attacking me because I'm a Jew. No, I'm attacking right now. If I criticize Nathan, I don't criticize Nathan because he's a Jew. I criticize him because he's literally gaslighting. He's literally relying on Israeli media, which is basically doing propaganda, and he is getting into that propaganda. So that's why I criticize Nathan. I don't even know if Nathan is Jew, for example. I don't know. If he claims he's a Jew, I just believe that he's a Jew because he claims so. If somebody else says that he's a Buddhist, I would take it at face value. I don't care if that person is a Buddhist. So that's the point. That's the problem with people like Nathan, that they talk only on behalf of one. They don't want anything else to be, reaching out to people. Like, for example, if you say from the river to the sea, they will say you are anti-Semitic, you want all the Jews to be eradicated and so on. But then they will not talk about the same statement in the Likud Party's charter, which says that there shall be no Palestinian state and there shall only be an Israeli state from the river to the sea. Nobody criticizes that. Yes, you agree with that. So you don't want a Palestinian state there.
No,
so why
I
should
don't
we
know.
believe? No, I mean, you just said you agree with that.
Then you're a
Yeah, I agree. Yes,
bro.
absolutely. I
You're
believe in a one
terrorist.
Jewish state. I believe in a one Jewish state solution, and I want the Palestinians to have residency and to live there and to be a part of Israeli society.
Okay,
I want them to be a part of it as long as they're not trying to destroy the state of
Very
Israel.
nice, Nathan.
I don't want to.
Why not have a Palestinian state where I'm sure Jews can also live? If they give up their
Jews have lived there.
What I
Fayaz.
believe,
There's actually
what I,
Fayaz, there's actually
Shukar,
Palestinian Jews in the West Bank.
indigenous Jews have lived
No,
there, not
Fayaz,
the
there's
Ashkenazis.
actual- no,
Not
Fayaz,
the Ashkenazis,
listen.
not the Mizrahis.
Fayaz, I'm trying to tell you something. Listen, this is actual facts. There's actual Palestinian Jews who live in the West Bank that you can actually go on YouTube and you can see them literally telling or like cursing and spitting on the IDF and telling them to get out of their places. Like, there's actual Palestinian Jews.
Wow.
Edmund is back.
Of course he is. I'm looking at this Joy Now Joy. Is that the new one? I'm gonna follow it.
He followed me and I followed him back, and then he unfollowed me, so I unfollowed. I was like, okay.
Joy now, joy.
I'm glad you moved on from your, what is it called? DDS syndrome? What's the second word supposed to be? Derangement. Diego derangement syndrome. I'm glad you moved on from that, Joy.
Yeah.
But you did get very popular for it, so congratulations.
Yeah, you gained lots of follows. That was incredible. Yeah, I mean,
He doesn't want to talk. I don't know if I want to hear myself on YouTube since I'm a little bit sick.
Ryan sounded odd too.
Yeah, we're both sick. Sounds like it. Who sounds sicker, Ryan or me?
Ryan.
Okay. Yeah. Did your cough go away, Diego?
Yeah, but not before. I mean, it went away, and then I traveled a little bit, and it went, and I got super allergic.
Wow.
Yeah, and then now I'm kind of coming off of that.
Yeah, allergies are out of control.
And I hate allergies. Hate him here. Did you see what happened to Jay Leno?
Oh my god. And he continued his comedy show.
Yeah, but he's like he's worth $500 million. Why would he stay at a Hampton Inn?
Yeah, I know somebody was asking that.
And then why would he be walking down the? It makes
Trying
no
to take a
sense.
shortcut.
His story sounds full of shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hampton Inn.
Well, I like the Hampton Inn, for the record. I actually really like Hampton Inns.
What is
My dad.
What is it?
My dad told me about Hampton Inns like when I was a young man driving across the country, and he said like you never go wrong. They have a very good standard quality. You know, you pay a little extra, but it's a good quality.
Okay. So it's
hotel.
Hilton. It's Hilton.
It's now owned by the Hilton. I don't think it was owned by the Hilton back then, but
Got it.
yeah.
Hotels can be very, very gross if you just think
Yes.
about it. The people that are in it. Ugh.
Yep.
Even the highest.
I don't know why. Philip, you came in at a weird time. Like, Jeff has brought up the butthole eating like 10 times over the last 10 days.
Phil knows that.
Yeah.
It's my go-to. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I'm going to class. See you later.
Hey, good luck. Have a good night.
Peace out, man. Oh, BK, I don't think anyone's saying, like, if you're licking buttholes, you're doing well. Like, I don't think it's a doing well doing.
Right? In a sense. And this is what they're saying. Well, what do you make of that? And then they're all saying that, not just a few of them, most of them. I understand they're part of the Democratic Liberal Party, but not everybody that's part of the Dems have condemned it. And especially them, they should stay out of this. What do you make of it? They seem passionate.
It's similar to the 78%. 79%, whatever the self-hating Jews.
I know, but just because you're a Democrat does not mean you oppose Israel. Since when do those two go hand in hand?
Well, lately they have, unfortunately. These are October 7th liberals.
Bernie's always opposed.
Yeah, forget
always
him. He
opposed.
just
Chuck's
he's
been
an
talking
outlier.
shit about
He's an
Bibi
outlier.
for a while. Chuck doesn't oppose Israel. Chuck supports Israel. He just opposes Bibi. And you guys make a big deal about it. A really big deal. Big deal. Get over it. Anyway, he's out. I'm kind of sad Chuck is out. Are you not sad?
Yeah, well, he should be not my senator. We need you in New York so you can turn the tide. You said you were going to move like a year ago. Nothing happened. You were all talk.
No, because I had a boyfriend there, Yakov, and we broke up.
Yeah, but don't you want to be... Oh, no, we went through this. You don't want to be a doctor. Huh? I didn't know you...
I do want to be a doctor. I'm practicing in a hospital right now.
No, sorry, I didn't know you were moving because of a boyfriend. I thought you just wanted to move.
No. You were the precipitating factor. There were other opportunities that arose. It could have aligned.
Address like the issues. You don't have to be just evil to them for no reason. Or am I wrong?
No, that's correct.
Yeah, it's like how are you benefiting us in any way?
Yeah. No reason to be nasty.
Yeah, I mean, Daniel thinks that I'm Hitler's wife. He calls me Eva. But I was like, hi, Daniel, how are you? I'm like, no,
Calls you Ava, you are
he's in
Ava.
Israel right now, actually.
Daniel?
Yeah, he's in Israel.
He always is, isn't he?
I think he's normally in Germany, right?
Actually, no, I always thought he was in Israel.
Oh.
But yeah, it makes sense. Like, none of these people are actually... Like, when you're leaving your country that often, like, you're not...
Yeah. Like, one of the Jewish people one time had said that they're not going to Israel, and I talked to them a little bit more, and I realized they actually do want to be in Israel. They just don't want to go there because of safety, but as soon as they're able to, they are going to go there. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
What did you think that they meant by that, or what?
I think when they first said it in the room, because then I asked them about it, like, later, they were trying to make it seem as if they're not connected to Israel, but they really are. They were just placating to the room. Diasporism.
Diasporism.
Diasporism. Diasporism. Ryan, what was the type of band that you said? What is it? Mariachi band?
Mariachi band?
Yeah, what is that, Diego? Like, what's his name? Ryan is saying that you play mariachi band music a lot. What? Did you hear me? Is my phone messed up? Let's see. He sounds like Shakira. Bésame means kiss me, right?
Bésame, bésame mucho.
Edmund, why are you not talking?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Why did you make a new account?
Because the other one got clipped.
No, it's still there.
I know, but I don't have, I do these on burner phones, so I don't have that telephone number to get the account back after the suspension is lifted. So it's,
Do you feel like you should apologize to Diego for using his identity for fame?
no, this is a non-playable character. I mean, I can't believe they even clipped me, to tell you the truth. Like, that one was a surprise, but the whole thing to me was I wanted to do whatever I could do for the election, and I achieved those goals. I really disrupted a lot of rooms, and I was going in room after room for weeks saying, go to the gym, fatties, fatties, go to the gym, gym, fatties, go to the gym, fatties, vote Trump, go to the gym, fat. Like, that was my mantra, and I injected that into so many people on this app. And I heard Goat Gagosian, aka Thugga Biden, today. I mean, they're really crazy people in on this app, in this world. And, in the real world, they're not dangerous, but they sound dangerous on this app. But really, everybody on here wants power. Um, I don't know. It's so hard to say because like I'm like trying to do a social clout chasing, experiment. And a lot of these other people aren't even really trying to like build up any kind of a following or something in terms of like communication. So, I don't know. I mean, some people are well off and they have time to espouse their intellectual opinions, but who knows what'll happen to this app? I mean, all my YouTube accounts, I'm gonna like call them like Clubhouse the movie or something, and just like let it sit out there because like if this app gets bought up or shut down or integrated or I don't know, who knows? I mean, a lot
But
of
it's
shit.
smart to upload things to YouTube. That way, you don't have as much. You don't have to worry about your storage on
Oh, I
your
know.
phone.
It's the
Just
same
upload
thing
it.
with a dash cam on a car. I just live stream when I drive my car straight to Instagram. People who do memory dash cams are stupid. You could just live stream if you got an unlimited data plan. So it's a good thing for insurance because if you go on YouTube and you see the car insurance scams out there, people will literally pull up in front of you on the highway and hit their fucking brakes. Like that's how petty the scams are.
Mm.
Yeah, video
He's
footage
playing the
is
long game.
yeah, video footage is the way to go. No matter what you do artistically, you can't top video. It's way more hypnotic than just pictures because you're talking about millions of pictures compressed into an experience as like if you ever go to the MoMA or the Art Institute or any of these major museums, you could look at a Salvador Dali and you're like, meh. It's like old and tiny, you know. But if you enhance it, if you expand the image, it's a much more attractive image. So this is why the pictures business or the movie business is such a big business. I mean, right now I'm watching an 8 hour video of dolphins in Hawaii, and when you look at what these dolphins are doing, they're just like chilling, and they're predating, they're eating, they're like targeting food, and they're in a barren environment, and they're just constantly on the scan for what they can pick up off the surface of the ocean. So that I think that metaphor of the dolphins and what humans are doing.
Virgin pussy. What the hell was that?
That was a clip of me.
How do you say a virgin pussy?
Who was I asking that to?
Sorry, guys, I didn't hear anything. What? Who played that? I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, the clip game is fun, but I don't know. At the end, I think what you guys are doing is you guys are just hypnotizing yourselves, and no matter how many news articles come up or whatever happens in the conflict, uh, everywhere. I mean, you guys are just like a pack of dolphins. You guys are doing the same thing that the other people are doing. Princessia, there's an echo.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're just doing the same thing that they're doing. You're not doing anything original, is what I'm trying to tell you. You're the exact opposite of what they're doing.
Talking to me, what I'm trying to say is that the way that you're talking to me in this childish manner is the exact same reason why you don't have a wife and children.
Actually, see, this is the problem, Princessia. You're gonna run into me is everything you play back to me. I'm gonna say, God damn, that was pretty smart. It's not stupid what I say. Everything I hear back, I'm like, yeah, I'm not as stupid as some people think I am, or maybe I'm not as stupid as I think I am. But there are times where I have said things on this app, and I'm like, God damn, that's smart. So play it all back all you want. It's not going to make you sound any smarter, though. That's the problem.
I'm missing the balls in your mouth, nigga.
Well, that's not me. That's the rabbi. And in fact, a Jordanian restaurant opened just 2 blocks away from my house. It's called Jarash. And I've been to Jarash in Jordan.
Roughly translates to ball mouth.
No, I'm not sure what it means. Jarash. What is it? But anyways, it's Jordanian food. It's Arab Mediterranean. It's unbelievable. Everyone can agree that good food is good food. And so, you guys are just complaining about pizza, and apparently you don't like burritos or steak, chicken. I mean, what are you guys complaining about this evening?
They don't make Doritos the way they used to. It doesn't taste the same.
You are the kind of guy that eats Doritos and Cheetos, huh?
Wait, what doesn't taste the same?
Doritos.
Doritos.
I don't know. Well, maybe. What you might be right.
I like to take Doritos and then I like to sprinkle, I put them in a bowl, then I put Tabasco sauce on them. Then I toss them and put more Tabasco until I've made sure that every, thing has Tabasco on it. And then I repeat the process, but with lime juice.
The ranch or the cheese?
Do you drink with these Doritos?
Are we talking about ranch Doritos or cheese?
I'm talking about regular Doritos, the regular classic nacho cheese Doritos.
Oh, okay, nacho cheese. Right back.
Yes. And then I eat that.
You should try plain Lay's potato chips with buttermilk.
I don't do potato chips. I never liked them. I always thought they were terrible. And then I heard that they cause leaky gut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that people get the shits with potato chips.
No, that's with the artificial chemical they have in some of the potato chips. I don't remember what that's called, but...
You know what I'm talking about, though, right? That people were getting, I guess they were sharding or something.
No, that was like a chemical that was in there. But if you just get like regular kettle cooked, plain potato chips and shit that's says they're whatever, I mean, there's not much additives. I mean, it's just deep fried fucking potatoes. Where's the potato farmer in here in the potato
but explain to me this. Why is it why is it that I like French fries? I like French fries or potato wedges.
Yeah.
I just don't like potato chips. I don't know. It's something about them. It's not pleasant to me.
Well, have you ever had a potato chip that's half hard, half soft? It's it's delicious.
Jesus. Also, am I crazy in saying that potato chips tend to be more salted than Doritos?
Doritos
No,
have
they are.
artificial flavorings, artificial powders, artificial preservatives. They're horrifically chemicalized fucking pieces of potatoes. And whatever the potato product is that's covered is most likely still not even a potato. Who the fuck even knows what a Dorito is? Do you? It could be soybean. Who the fuck knows?
No. A Dorito is a tortilla chip.
So it's a corn
That
chip.
has-
It's a corn chip, but it's not all corn. It could be a composite.
But
You
yeah,
gotta-
True.
don't they
But
say
I'll tell you,
corn is
but-
bad for you?
Corn is terrible for you. But the real bad one, the one that you really want to stay away from, and I tend to think they're pretty tasty, but they're fucking horrendous and they will destroy my gut, is the Takis.
Oh yeah, the spice nuts.
Those Takis, like, will just fucking destroy you.
Let me ask you. I know you don't know this because I know they don't have it in California, but I'm still gonna ask. Do you know what Grippos are?
No.
Pardon, Will. Do you know what Grippos are?
Grippos.
Grippos, like
BBQ chips?
yeah, they're like a delicacy in Kentucky.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well-
Flavored potato chips. See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all that stuff, like potato
Listen,
chips.
at the McDonald's, at the Walgreens checkout aisle, you know, they have Shaquille O'Neal like candies, and they're just like gummies. But when you look at all the chemicals in there, the Zorthobate gum, the Red 6, Yellow 7, Orange 5, you know, it's like all these chemicals.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, you must be really depressed and you want to eat that shit. Or you're, you know, like you're a kid and you see the picture of Shaquille O'Neal's big head and you're like, oh, I can't wait to eat a piece of Shaquille O'Neal sugar candy triple coated in sugar powders full of
What about
16
alcohol?
different
What kind of things are in alcohol?
ethanol. Do you know what that is chemically?
No, seriously, are there like these weird preservatives?
No.
chemicals in alcohol?
When you go to a bar and there's 60 bottles on the shelf, every bottle is like 10 to 80% ethanol, and then there's flavoring and coloring, and then the rest is marketing. There's no fucking difference. Even with beer, because beer is still 6% ethanol. The rest is water, flavoring, and coloring, and it's generally hops. But you can get wheat beers, but hops, you know, hops is the big ingredient.
I mean, is there not those crazy chemicals in alcohol that you're talking about?
You
Like
need to,
Red
you need to
5
get
or-
somebody who really understands breweries and wines and all that stuff and chemistry, because it's all chemistry. It's a big business.
Yeah. I didn't really like my chemistry problems when I talked about proofs.
You know, this is why people are cultured, because they actually understand chemistry. You know, that's why the Germans became so powerful. They understood chemistry. Who do you think created beer?
Diego, I'm laughing at myself for thinking the monkey martyred himself.
You know, yeah, that's ridiculous. Let me tell you this. Something I find very interesting about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is that on the one hand, the Palestinians are dying, but they are probably not on any drugs because they're too poor to afford them. So they're seeing the horrors of war, but completely sober, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, the increase in medication consumption in Israel just in the last 4 months has gone through the roof. So these Israelis are like, they're not suffering losses, but they're increasingly disconnecting from reality. I mean, I guess someone like our Jewish friend John would probably say that they're just accessing higher planes of existence. But they're like, I mean, when you go on their personal, like, if you go on Instagram and you look at these people consuming these meds, like, they're upset. They don't look like they're accessing God, dude.
Well, you
They
have
look like they're very upset.
So we're talking about like pharmaceutical medicine, not like illegal drugs, right?
pharmaceuticals. Yeah.
Yeah, but Diego,
Yeah,
how do you know what they're
What does it matter,
consuming?
though?
How do you know what they're consuming, and what specifically are you talking about?
Hold on, Joy. That's actually one of my concerns for Gaza. Is like I'm afraid that these other people are gonna start coming in and like pushing this pharmaceutical industry on them and use them as guinea pigs for like more drugs.
Pharmaceuticals, they don't even have modern plumbing. They're living in tents.
Yeah, but like I worry that people are gonna come in and just be like, oh, this child.
What do you
has
think?
this,
Some
this
chick
family
named
medicine
Sarah's
for
gonna come in
children.
and say, "Hey, I'm a rep for Pfizer. Can I tell you about a new product we're offering
No,
your
I'm
insurance
serious, like,
provider?"
that's me.
They're already vaccinated for polio. What do you think that was all about?
But Diego, the fact that the Israelis that aren't going through the stuff are on these medications, and the Palestinians are going through the worst of worst, and hopefully aren't being medicated. What is it that you're drawing from the contrast?
He's making a joke. He's
Well-
saying the Jewish delusional people are taking psychiatric
I'm not
medications.
making a joke.
You're not
No, I think
making a
it's something very
joke?
serious. It's very serious.
You honestly think Palestinian fighters aren't using Adderall and other neurotransmitters, like, drugs to engage in warfare? Do you not know how to
No.
fucking fight? The fuck
right.
planet do you live on?
First of all, let's get this clear. Like, Israel and Hamas don't really go against each other. That's not how this war really works.
Well, what is the
You get that,
conflict?
right?
Well,
No,
explain
dude.
explain to
Hamas
me what I
fights
don't
in
apparently
tunnels while they get
understand.
bombed.
Joy, let him speak because I feel like this is really important and don't troll.
He's
like,
making
this
the
is serious.
delusional statements now. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, he's not. You didn't even hear him land.
He's
Look, I just posted the link
I
for 10
didn't hear him land. Listen, Clubhouse flight attendant. Go ahead and fucking make your point, Diego. The fuck?
It says here, let me read you this article to you. It says, Health Minister Uriel Busso says that the country is in the midst of its worst ever mental health crisis amid the ongoing war. We are experiencing the largest mental health event that the state has ever known since its establishment. A crisis that requires us as a state and as a society to change perceptions and upgrade the public mental health system once and for all to meet the challenges posed by this war and the future.
Insane.
Well,
So,
what's your point though? I don't
look,
understand.
dude, he literally used the word perception. Have you ever heard of the doors of perception?
Yeah.
Okay. So, he who holds the keys to perception
No, I get
controls
it.
the narrative.
I get
All
it.
language is hypnosis.
I get it. The thing is, I was driving to the gym earlier, and the NPR was doing an interview with what I could tell clearly was an overweight woman who claims that she was a general family practitioner, and she was saying if you're having a mental health problem, you need to go to your family practitioner immediately and be the frontline doctor. But the whole thing is based off of a business or an insurance billable. So, real mental health therapy, can't the internet solve anything other than getting a package from Amazon or eBay? I mean, I know BetterHelp is essentially a scam and psychic, I mean, can't the internet provide mental health therapy or at least depression or anxiety relief? I mean, I think the only way you can do it is with education and the gym.
But like think about it this way, like Diego was saying.
Think about that.
In Gaza, they're going through genocide. They're seeing limbs everywhere, and they're not getting quote mental health. But then you have like societies where they're just living regular lives, and they want mental health help.
Dude,
Therapy.
Israel
Like, there's
is
something
losing
wrong.
no one. No one is dying in Israel, and yet they're
Yeah.
having a mental health crisis.
Yeah.
Think about this. It's amazing.
I know, but
Telling
you're
about
talking
how
about
weak we
you're
are.
talking about a herd population that is now, essentially stressed out. There's a lot of anxiety from the conflict.
Oh my God.
Like anxiety that they haven't killed enough.
I'm
Right.
sure it's a double-edged sword. I'm not disagreeing with you that if the statistics actually say you know, that there is an increase in psychiatric or psychological disorders as a result of the conflict. I don't think that that is a fucking like big, you know, wow. I mean,
But think
okay.
about this. Think about this. So when Yakov or Daniel told me, "Oh, we'll just, you know, Israel has a right to defend itself. We'll just attack whoever attacks us." Like, am I supposed to take it seriously, or is that the lunatic ravings of a madman? You see what I'm saying? Like, are they delusional? I
You
think they
can
are.
only
I think they.
you can only counterattack, you know, with what you have, and who knows what the real numbers are. But I mean, Israelis are pretty fucking serious, and when you see the videos of some of the you know, people in command and how essentially how well trained they are, you know, and if they really
Yes, but
have
dude, we've all seen Seinfeld. We know that when you say, you know, Jews are pretty serious, like we imagine Jerry, Elaine, Kramer, and Costanza.
that's the
And I don't know how serious those people can be.
Listen, I've been to Israel, and these people don't fuck around. Like, they don't fuck around, and a lot of them are in great shape, and they're highly
I've been
trained
to Israel
soldiers.
too, and yeah, they do fuck around. I've been to Israel. They fuck around.
Yeah, fuck
It's like
around
a
and find out. I
fraternity,
don't
dude.
understand. What's your point, though? Like, they know how to drop rockets from jets. Do you?
Okay, that's because their daddy, the actual
Daddy
serious
bought him a
group of
fucking
people-
F-45. I don't listen. This is the point: is that you can go down this tunnel for years and years and years, but it doesn't benefit me. I mean, I'm trying to at least create content. I don't see how it benefits you. Like, what is your point to the? What's your point, though? I could understand if you're an activist for peace, but you don't strike me as a peace activist, and Brincesia doesn't strike me as a peace activist either. I mean, that's why I say go to the gym. I mean, I've already voted Trump, so I won't say that anymore. But I would just say go to the gym and read a book. Like, otherwise, you guys, in my opinion, when you criticize the Jews as being neurotics or full of, you know, mental health problems, you are a hypocrite because you yourself are doing the same stupid thing. Don't you see how you're a
think I have
hypocrite?
a mental health problem?
No, I'm saying you're a hypocrite.
Okay.
That's the end of the.
Oh my
That's
God,
the end
but
of
I'm
all
a hypocrite.
arguments.
I'm not taking antidepressants.
Well, good for you. I don't care what you do for your health. There's just common sense approaches. If you're gonna go and take, you know, modern pharmaceuticals, you're stupid.
I'm kind of worried, Joy, that you're so accepting of this industry and you don't like it's kind of telling. It's reflect about who, like your life.
Try
I'm
to
not
put
gonna make
together a
an assumption.
coherent statement or a sentence. What, you know?
Yeah, but like everything that you've just been saying in context of what Diego brought up was about mental health and this industry. Like you're a proponent of it, clearly.
Of psychiatry?
Yeah.
No, I'm not endorsing psychiatry. I think it's causing much more damage and harm than it is causing any kind
Okay,
of
so
good. Yeah.
then the fact that you have a society in Israel that's increasing their intake of these pharmaceutical drugs, you just said it's causing more
You're
harm.
talking about a news story which is essentially a publicity piece for the industry. That's not how the majority of these Jews in Israel feel. A lot of the Orthodox there, they don't trust any of this shit because they're smart enough. They use their ancient manuscripts first, and then they say anything else, it's got to be an
Yeah,
emergency.
but they're going to infiltrate. Well, the Orthodox is kind of, my understanding is they're marginalized there, right? Second, even if they're not marginalized, they're being infiltrated by this industry as
Listen, the
well.
standard of living in Israel is very high compared to what's happening in the United States of America,
Really?
I assure you.
That was not the impression that I got. when
It's
I
not
did
great
it.
everywhere, but if you know, I'm just saying it's a beautiful. I've been to Jordan, I've been to Israel. It's just a beautiful part of the world. It's, you know, indisputable. And you know,
Indisputable.
it's beautiful. It's
I'm
just
surprised,
gorgeous.
Diego, that you didn't see like the natural beauty there. Well, I guess the place that you went to is, I don't know, it's synthetic.
It's still a very free
that's
part of the world, but the problem is there's violence, and nobody likes violence, and America is no different. That's why I say you're hypocrites, because Chicago has 40 murders every weekend. Every weekend. That's more than the numbers that are even happening in Gaza right now. So, you know,
What? Don't
Yeah.
lie about the numbers in Gaza.
Do you know the numbers? I don't know the numbers anymore. You don't see it in the news.
I know it's sad.
Why do you like to read that hypnosis every week?
Which hypnosis?
Hypnosis about murders near your home.
What do you mean? I look at X. I'm on X fucking 50 hours a week looking at the news.
50 hours a week.
Do you agree that what you're reading is a type of hypnosis?
Of course. All communication is hypnosis. Oh.
So why do you choose X? The most anti-Semitic website of them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jew hate on there. It's insane.
I don't see enough.
I call them out and then they block me.
That was a good one.
I mean, you do realize that, like,
those are rookie numbers. We need to pump those numbers up.
I don't see. Your problem is you two are like an odd pairing on the internet, but in the real life, you know.
Do you think we would get along?
Honestly, who knows? You know, like.
How good do you think that sex would be?
How great would the sex be?
Yeah.
You'll have to. I don't think your opinion really counts. I think what Princessia's opinion of your performance is probably what's more interesting. You know, I mean, do you work out?
I do.
Okay, how much do you bench? How much do you squat? How many push-ups can you do? How many sit-ups can you do in 2 minutes? What's your 2 mile time? I mean, what are your actual physical?
Wait, let's. Are we going for like weight measurements, or like you want pure stamina? Is that I think I'm okay in the stamina place. Like,
how do you rate your sexual performance now versus 10 years ago? Because, you know, knowledge.
Okay.
Wait, why would it have decreased?
It should only increase if you maintain physical standard. But I'm saying if his physical standard has decreased, if he hasn't increased his sexual capabilities, then I'm just wondering how he gauges himself.
With age, that it would increase because you've like had more experience.
Yeah, well, you do actually sort of, I guess, not marinate, but
marinate.
Ferment. It's fermentation. I mean, when you know, listen.
Like wine,
when I was younger, a lot of times you fuck like a robot, like just like a machine, like pop, 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 you know. But I'm just saying, yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's what I'm trying.
So I guess I'd have to say better.
Okay, well then, if you think you're better, then you're better. But you know, it's all subjective or tentative until you two actually figure out whether you actually are attracted to each other. But you know, since one of you is a widow and the other one is a divorcee, I mean, as you'll have to talk to the rabbi to see if it's kosher and you can get your gets. I don't know.
Who's a divorcee? What are you talking about?
Anybody on this app who spends as much time as him clearly cannot be in a successful marriage. Maybe even McZed too, because I heard McZed on here getting into it with Gio, and it's fun. Gio is such a hothead; it's incredible.
Not even on the app.
Who?
Diego's not even on the app that much.
Oh, that's only because
a lot of times when you think I'm on the app, that's just a bot.
Yeah.
That's why we've been laughing.
He's not. He's telling the truth. He's just there. It's just a bot.
Well,
you think you're making fun of me, but you're just making fun of a bot. It's just recordings of me.
I get it. But when they popped my Diego account, it was like I was free because I went as hard as I could, and then the account just got deleted, suspended, and I was like,
"Oh shit! That's why the trolling stopped, just because they canceled the account."
That was it, but it was an incredible experiment because I had a room of like 10 Diegos.
No, dude, you have to bring this back. I wanted to see how far this could go. According to Stokey or Abby or whatever, it was 11 accounts.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's basically my magnum opus or my artistic endeavor. because it's a
You see, we're like the Joker and Batman. Like we need each other.
it's actually
Yeah,
no,
like
it's
the two
actually
in the
more
era,
like
the right hand and the left hand.
no, it's
Yeah.
listen, your picture of Rhett Butler is actually probably the motif for, you know, V for Victory or V for Vendetta. Guy Fawkes.
And Joy, I think you take for granted Diego's friendship towards you. He like clearly sees you as somebody he enjoys being in his rooms, but you kind of went off the deep end when you were going after him.
Yeah, and I didn't even make the Anne Frank joke.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Brincesia. It was Brincesia that drew.
No, it
drew.
wasn't.
Yes, it was. You were like, "Do you like the blue eyes? Do you like the blue eyes in this Anne Frank?" Don't bring it up again. Just don't bring it up again.
I was looking for it.
Don't bring it up again because I'm looking at dolphin pictures right now to calm down because, you know.
Well, hold on, Joy. I was looking for an Anne Frank photo, and one of them was in color.
You know,
That
and
did happen.
I
You're
did
right.
Google whether Anne Frank was trans, and like I was looking at the pictures, then I was like, please, dear God, don't tell me that's a boy. I was like, no way, this can't be true, and I don't think that's true. You know, I did see the pictures, and I was like, man, what? That kind of looks like a boy, but I have looked at
Wow,
children.
Diego, see, after all that?
Oh, you do?
No. I've seen
That
pictures.
wasn't a
How do
bot,
you
by the way.
remember?
I was really. You can tell when it's actually me on the app. That was me actually just telling you the things that I've read over the years.
I know, but
I've been looking this stuff up for years, dude. Decades,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. So you're like the Augustus. Instead of UFOs, Jewish conspiracy theory is your forte. Got it.
A lot
Got it.
of the Wikipedia early life sections
Yeah.
were written by me. I'm not even joking about
Wow,
that.
you're a Wikipedia
actually-
Jewish conspiracy editor. That's incredible.
No, well, it's these just, you know, when Wikipedia first came out, I don't know, I imagine you do the same thing.
Yeah, I tried to use Wikipedia many times, and I've had, you know, it's always been a difficult, you know, inexhaustible, stupid, fucking website to use.
That's amazing, Diego. So you were editing a lot of the Wikipedia pages early on?
Early on, like, I created a lot of Wikipedia pages.
That's incredible.
And at
About
some
what?
point, it got
About
infiltrated.
what, though?
With all due respect, John, it got infiltrated by Jews.
But
And
what?
they started to moderate the shit out of it.
What were you writing about?
Wow.
Everything, dude. Anything that I was reading about in high school, I was uploading and contributing to pages.
Oh, because
Diego,
you
you know
were
what?
a neo-Nazi in high school. I got it. I forgot.
Stop.
No, because it wasn't just that. I'm just saying, like, if there was something, like, for example, you know, I've said this many times. Indiana Jones is my favorite series, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you know, when I got on there was a Harrison Ford entry, but it didn't mention that his mother is Jewish, so I just added that to that, you know, something important about his early life.
I thought you were going to talk about when they opened
Diego,
the
I feel very
tabernacle.
connected to you now that I know that you were early on in Wikipedia.
Yeah, fair.
Because my cousin, who's like the smart one of us, like that's like when Wikipedia first came out, she's the one that used to go there and just read about everything, like before any of us were like on Wikipedia.
But what started happening is after a while, some of these pages, especially if, as you can imagine, anything to do, and that's the thing. Part of it has to do with how your interest. It's like, why are you so obsessed with Jews? It's not that it starts off that way. What happens is that as you start to touch upon things when you're a young kid, and you don't
Listen,
even know,
I gotta interrupt, man. I don't know. I don't know why you think
Yeah.
you can make your case on my YouTube channel, but like, you know, if you're gonna make the case over and over and over again, and not like actually read a book on this app or do anything intellectual.
Joy, what do you mean?
I love to read books on this app.
Yeah, Diego probably.
I know, but
reads more than
what
everybody on
makes
this
you
app.
what makes you think you're actually intelligent?
I never thought I would.
So you admit
Yes,
you're stupid
yeah.
then?
You know how
think
you
I'm
know
stupid.
Diego's intelligent, Joy? He doesn't ever just.
I know,
show
but I've
that
never heard you actually discuss
anger
anything
out
of any
nowhere,
complexity.
people talk about
Princessia,
substance.
I've never heard you discuss anything of any complexity either. I mean, other than
That's fine.
the word JEW.
I mean, we found out today that I'm a little bit slow.
Well, you don't know how to
Do you want to hear
pronunciate.
this one? Wait, go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and tell him.
Yeah, so yeah, I was watching Diego's favorite movie, and my silly self, for some reason, wanted to interpret one of the scenes when the monkey ate the date as he did it to show Indiana because he couldn't communicate that it was poisoned, and so he took the date because he knew it would kill him, so that he would not eat it and not die. And I thought that the monkey self-sacrificed for Indiana Jones. Yes. I understand now that that is very retarded.
So, I mean, you know, do you think you'd actually be able to make anything creative in your life or build anything or achieve anything?
Me or Diego?
I mean, either of you.
Without telling him what the content was, what did you think about the last time that I showed you something that wasn't particularly? Well, I didn't write it, but I was acting in it. What did you think about that?
Oh yeah, the thing.
Did I have comedic timing?
Yeah, it was really funny. It was really funny. It was, yeah. The commercial.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna create a new account on Clubhouse, and it's gonna just be called Rodney Dangerfield, and I'm just gonna play Rodney clips in rooms, and I guarantee you that account will become very popular because essentially all comedy is just hypnosis, and so Rodney Dangerfield is a very gifted hypnotist, and his timing, his vast unlimited depth of comedy that is pretty much all memorized. That's the performer's art, is what they're really doing.
I think you're your funniest when you're pretending to be Diego.
Well, I've
Can
done.
you do Rodney? Can you imitate Rodney Dangerfield?
No, it's easier just to play clips of him from his YouTube channel on here, because everybody wants to listen to Rodney. I can take his transcript and read it and impersonate him, but it's not the same. There's no point, like, because what I'm imagine if you could create